100 rated chess, but if your opponent moves the same type of piece as in your last move, you lose. Well, if this is the case, then I guess we have to say, not pawn. Well, but still, absolutely impossible. We get a 100 rated guy from Russia. d4. I have been winning a lot of challenges these days, so it's time I pump the difficulty up a little bit. d5. Alright, I want to develop a piece, but regardless of whichever piece I move right now, there is actually quite a decent chance that he's also gonna move the exact same piece and end the video. There is literally no safe option here. Therefore, I'll just move another pawn. My favorite Black Mardima gambit. D takes e4. Another pawn. At this rate I'll just move pawns for this entire game. E takes f3. Knight takes his best, but again there is absolutely nothing stopping him from moving his own knights. Even queen takes is actually dropping the d-pawn for his queen to end the video. Therefore, even though this move looks very ugly, g takes f3 is the only safe choice. g5. That blunders a pawn, but he's obviously about to
fianchetto
his bishop. I'll just move another pawn. The real game plan is that I'll wait for him to develop his pieces first and then I'll move my pieces out later. For example, after he's developed both of his bishops, then I can develop my own bishop, because there is no reason for him to move the bishops again. Unless he also only moves pawns. Okay, you know what? I'll develop my knight. Alright, now if he moves a knight the video ends, but my knight has a tempo on his g-pawn, which he cannot defend by moving his knights. And even better, now he can take my knight with his bishop, which allows me to make an imbalanced trade, which is perfect for this challenge. Never mind. I can't move the knight again though, way too risky. Rook g1. At least he only has one rook that can move, and I mean, for someone having a lot of choices for development, there is absolutely no reason for him to just randomly lift his rook here. Right? Of course he pushes a pawn. I'll just move the rook. I have come to a conclusion that no one in this elo even moves their rooks. My rook is practically exempted from the rules. Knight f6. Rook takes b5. I normally don't like rooks too much, but at the end of the day, they are still actual major pieces. a4. Okay, you know what? After thinking for a while, I figured that my queen is actually the most dangerous piece. Most of my opponents can unexpectedly move their queens at any point in the game. Therefore I have decided to give away the maiden. After rook takes a4, my rook can infiltrate his back rank, trading a queen for positional initiatives. Or he can counter-blunder his knight instead. Wait. Now I can't even take his rook, because again my opponent can move his queen at any time. Therefore, after careful considerations, rook k5 discovered check. The plan is still giving away the queen. Bishop blocks is pretty bad for us here, but in total there are 4 ways for him to block this check. The other 3 I'll win a free rook. Therefore, as always, the math is on our side. The math checks out. That blunders a rook. In no world do you move the rook on the other side of the board. Knight d7. Queen takes c6. Well, I mean, if he moves his queen now the video ends, but I mean he should be able to see that all of his queen's available squares are actually not possible right now. Also, the queen needs to stay there to help defending the bishop. Right? Of course he moves the other rook. That blunders a queen. Rook takes. Okay, now do not move that rook again. Your king is in danger. Yes. That blunders a king. Queen takes c8. Checkmate in 1. Mission accomplished.